This is Eric Black with the Record Shops For the Record. We ventured out of the studio today to attend the second annual Pensado Vintage King Gear Expo here in Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to chat with the founder of the show, Dave Pensado, and Trawick, as well as featured guests and vendors to give you a peek behind the scenes of this incredible event and the amazing Nashville production community. Stick around. We met up with Dave Pensado and Trawick early Saturday morning as the team prepared to head over to Vintage King to start the festivities. During the ride over, we got word that attendees had been waiting anxiously for the event to start. With excitement in the air, we sat down to talk to them about the evolution of Pensado's place, the birth of the Gear Expo, and why they chose Nashville as the place to make it all happen. How are we doing today?
We're doing good. We're excited. We've got a lot of people coming. Dave, what do you think?
Oh, spectacularly good. You know what? We sit in a room without the people we're about to see and getting a chance to hang with them and put faces to all those emails, faces to all those friends is just a wonderful thing. It's why we do this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and absolutely.
And the good news is that as I checked this morning, the police have already been there twice and there's people in line. So that's a good sign.
That's our crowd.
That's very good. Well, let's just break this down here for just a second. I want to talk about Pensado's place and how this kind of came about. So what can you tell us about that?
The short version is Dave and I have been friends for about 30 years. I was his first manager. He was reviewing his career at a certain point in time. He's been hot for like 30 years. There was actually a medical incident, and we needed to come up with something that was smart, and somebody heard about it and said, why don't we put this on air? And we took it really seriously, and we just started with our head there. Well, yeah, I take it seriously. He does it. And before we knew it, about 2 months in, we had about 20 schools following us. And about 6 months in, we had 60 schools, and our audience started to grow. And now, almost 5 years in, we're 187 countries, about 160 schools.
Wow.
We've become the pro audio television show online. We do a lot of things. We do live events like we're doing here. It's just turned into this massive thing that speaks to all the people who love music, and not just records, people in film and television and pro audio. And somehow, look, Dave is the finest educator online in this space on the planet, and somehow our chemistry works on air, and here we are. Yeah.
So, Dave, what's your favorite part of doing what you do?
Talking to people I've admired and known for a long time, either through a physical relationship. Well, that came out wrong.
It did. You and Tony Maserati will never look the same together again.
Audio is a very tight-knit group and legal in California.
Yeah.
Because of our profession is so small, you get to know people by reputation, and then finally getting to talk to them, see how they do things, and then two things happen at that point. Me personally, I'm encouraged that I do some things correctly because they said so, and then the other thing is I do some things that I wasn't doing correctly, and I can learn. You know, so I probably am the biggest student when I'm sitting there asking questions. They tend to be things I want to know. You know. And that's probably my favorite thing is a cat like Bob Clearmountain or Bruce Swedeen or Tony Maserati. Finally getting to talk to them. I'll give you an example. I've known Manny American for 25 years. We've worked in studios together in various capacities. Probably 24 years. Manny was a guest on my show. I learned more about how Manny works from that 30 minutes than I had the previous 25 years. And I think in an odd way that's a metaphor for the show. We've created an environment where people are comfortable to come on and talk about their accomplishments, talk about their techniques, talk about their philosophies. And one of my favorite things is how they started and the hardships they went through, because it ain't easy. It ain't easy. Any entrepreneurial solo career, like management, like engineering, requires a lot of passion, a lot of sacrifice, and if you realize that it does, you're probably in the wrong profession. Herb became one of the best in the business because he enjoyed it so much, not because he actually woke up and said, you know what, I'm gonna go through this hardship just because one day I'll get to meet Dave Pensado. It doesn't work that way.
I dig it.